Hey, Tiny Tea Prepper here, and I'm gonna get some light on. And I wanted to show you, I got given to me quite a few grapefruit, and I'm gonna try something new with them as far as how to prepare them and stuff like that. But I just kind of want to show you. I didn't get to these right away, and I had a few of them spoil on me. They kind of get this green mold. I'm not sure if you can see it there, but kind of get that on the ones, and they'll turn all green. They smell horrible when they spoil. They don't smell like citrus that you normally think of once they spoil. So anyway, I got these other ones out that were next to it. Well, I think there's 2 or 3 that spoiled in there, and I got these about a week ago, and probably should have prepared them right away. Just didn't have time though with working and stuff. It just didn't happen. So anyway, what I'm doing is make sure I wash all this off, that green stuff, because that's a mold on there that grows. And, you don't want to have it on your fingers and stuff. You breathe that stuff in too much concentration, even though it might be harmless. Small doses, you never know what it might be in. And larger doses, you happen to breathe that in. So I put it under water here to make sure it doesn't get airborne, and that's why I don't brush it off with a rag or something like that. But just wash it clean. And got a whole bag of them here. These didn't spoil, so I'm still gonna wash them because you might get the dirt and stuff when they're on the tree, or they're picked up off the ground. You never know if there's been birds around or anything like that. So I'm just trying to clean those off and get most of the dirt. Can't put that there so they don't plug up my drain. So that's the first thing. I'm just gonna get all these washed, and then I'll show you a different way. That a friend of mine from Missouri showed me a new way of preparing these. I'll show you the way I've always done it. That's probably good for now. And first thing you need is a good knife, some kind of cutting board. I'm going to use this one. It's kind of a flexible cutting board. Don't like it as much, but I can't find my smaller one that's for the big one. Now, the way I've always prepared grapefruit to eat is I look for the ends here and here, and I just cut right across, so in half. And I use a spoon to dip those out. Boy, that's good looking grapefruit, isn't it? Smells good, fresh like this. And it's spoiled, different story. And I'd go through and I'd pick out the seeds and stuff here, and I just scoop those out with a spoon, which works fine. But here's a little different way that I saw, and I'll get this camera adjusted just a little bit more up, get this a little farther away. Alright, and what you do is you cut off the ends. See what I'm doing here? Cut off the ends on both sides. Let me move that camera because I'm right-handed, and I'm trying to cut backwards for you. Alright. Sorry about that. We'll try to take 2 here. Anyway, cut off that one end. Throw that part away. I'm going to skin off the other end. Then I'm going to set that down the end, and I'm just going to peel the grapefruit off. Now, if you're wondering if I look very skilled at it or if I look very amateurish, I'd probably say I look pretty amateurish because this is the very first one I'm trying, so I'm being kind of brave here. Set out and try something on camera that I've never done before, but I always have that prerogative of whether or not I want to show it. So, you know, I could mess up on it. I can always say, well, you know what, I won't post this one on YouTube. But so far, this is pretty easy. And all I did is watch my friend from Missouri do this, a retired carpenter that comes down to South Texas as a winter Texan. And he saw this at a demonstration someplace. And I don't remember where he told me, but I'm kind of old and forgetful sometimes. So all I wanted to remember was how it was done. So just getting all this white stuff off here, because what I plan on doing with some of these, you know, I love oranges and stuff, but grapefruit is not my favorite, but you know, like oranges are real sweet. I like that. And I do eat these. It's just not one of my favorite. But what I'm going to try and do is make some jelly or jam out of the grapefruit. Make some grapefruit jam. So I'll be doing a video on that. And this is probably the first part here. And what you want to do is try and get rid of some of the, I think he cut this in half like this. And what he did was he come over here and he peeled off so he didn't get that skin. Okay, and then save that, and that's just flesh there. There's none of that, none of the rind and none of those, I don't know what they call them, membranes that separate the different sections of the grapefruit. None of that in there, and I was told that gives you some of the bitterness, so it should be a little bit sweeter. But I'm going to peel these all off, and he puts sugar on his. I always put salt when I was growing up on mine, but I'm going to try his method of doing the sugar on it and see how that is. Now, the next thing you do is you peel back that membrane on that first one there. So I'm going to peel that off, and then I got just the next section here. Okay, that comes off. I'm going to get me a bowl to put those in here. And as soon as I get a couple more of those, then just peel up under there, get that membrane off. Now it's showing that I'm an amateur because he went through this pretty quick when he's showing me. He'd had some practice. So look there, got one seed I can pick off. Boy, that comes out there slick. So you just kind of keep pulling these back. And the other way you could do with this, like I'm doing it for jams and jellies, is you could also use this in salads or something that way, I guess, or for a platter, for serving it looks a lot nicer. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on around there. Now when you get this, you get a piece here to hold so you can get a little bit more all the time and have it go a little bit quicker. Now I took a little bit of flesh off that one. That's the first one I kind of messed up there, but it went a little quicker too, but there we go. That's kind of the way it looks like. I was trying to hold it up in here for the air for the audience, the viewer, which are you guys. And let me get that off there. Should be about the last one right there. Okay, so you can see there, I got all this fruit and no skins or anything in it, and I can use that for my jams and jellies, or put it on a plate and just eat it, or I can put it on a serving dish for salad or for company or something like that for a dinner. So anyway, I'm going to do a few of these this way and get enough for some jams and jellies, and maybe I'll do a video on making grapefruit jelly. Anyway, Tiny T Prepper signing out. You all have a good day. Hey, Tiny T Prepper back, because the grapefruit were very juicy, so what I did was I did find my other cutting board. I used it to freeze some vegetable burgers I had made in the freezer and had it sitting in there. So not it, but I also got one of these long commercial baking pans, and I put this in here because what was happening was I had it on the countertop, even though I was using the cutting board, juices were running everywhere, so I was kind of making a mess, and had that happen before, and I don't know why I didn't think of it, but using a cutting board inside this pan, it keeps all that juice in here and a lot less mess. So you can see here, just off 2 grapefruit, I got quite a bit of grapefruit flesh out of it. So anyway, it looks like I'm going to have a bunch here. I got quite a few more. I've only done 2 and got all that, so I'm probably going to need a bigger bowl, it looks like. So got quite a few of these. I might be able to make quite a few jars of jam out of this. So anyway, I'll be back later. Back here with grapefruit, and I wanted to show you how much I got. I did have to switch bowls. I had this bowl here, and it filled up pretty quick, and this one I thought might not be big enough, but it did end up holding. It gets pretty big here as you get towards the top, so it takes a lot more to fill up. But that's a lot of grapefruit, so I will make some of this in the jam, but I'm going to try some of it with some brown sugar like my friends from Missouri suggested trying. I'll probably eat a little bit with salt like I'm used to. Probably not as healthy, with the salt on there. Probably best just to eat it plain the way it is, but it's a little bit tart for my palate. So I like oranges real well. The grapefruit got a little bit more tartness to it, and while I like it, it's just not one I eat as much. So, but I'm hoping as jam, it'll be something that we really like, and and a way to, I don't grow grapefruit trees because there's so many people give them away, and if I had them, I'd just be giving them away too, and which is good, but it's hard to get rid of. Sometimes I hate to waste fruit if I'm not going to be able to use it myself for a lot of things and give away the extra. But if I can make jelly out that makes a good tasting jam, then I may even plant a grapefruit tree, because they do seem to do well down here. This ruby reds that they grow in Texas. And so anyway, that's the harvest from the probably 18, I don't think I had quite 2 dozen, maybe 2 dozen or less. It was less than 2 dozen, I think, grapefruit, but quite a bit there, and should make quite a bit of jam. So anyway, Tiny T signing out. You all have a good day.